Hi there and welcome to this week's episode of Up to Speed, the weekly news show from GameByte that brings you up to speed for the week ahead. My name's Brett Claxton, and remember, if you like what you see, hit those like and subscribe buttons and make sure you check back every week for a new episode of Up to Speed. On today's Up to Speed, we've got news of a new Crash Bandicoot, Red Dead Redemption 2, Microsoft buying some possibly crazy things, and a lot more. But first of all, let's jump into the rumour mill and look back at what happened last week. Obviously last week we talked about Anthem getting delayed, something that has now been confirmed, but EA have tried to soften the blow by saying that a new Battlefield's coming out. Obviously the news that new Battlefield is coming is always wonderful, but it was sort of a given considering EA have said again and again that the plan is that 1 year will be Star Wars, 1 year will be Battlefield. And so far, that's the way that plan has gone. So, although announcing that a new Battlefield is coming is great news, it's something that was always coming. And although EA seems to keep having to try to keep that PR machine rolling positive again and again at the moment, it could soon be someone else's problem if rumours from Polygon are to be believed. Apparently, Microsoft are looking to acquire some interesting companies, and they've said that Electronic Arts and Valve are both on their list. Now both would be fairly hefty acquisitions, but it's money that we know Microsoft have. Microsoft and its owner Bill Gates obviously not short of a few dollars. Our next rumour, surprisingly, is talking about a game that won't be coming to an Xbox but could be coming to a Nintendo Switch and PC, and that is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, if sources are to be believed from the latest issue of the licensing source book Europe, apparently Activision have a 5-year plan for Crash Bandicoot, which will see a new game releasing next year, but that won't be before we see Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy appear on PC and Nintendo Switch. Now this whole thing sounds a bit odd, and it's all just in one paragraph of a magazine that isn't exactly known for groundbreaking exclusives, but it also seems like a magazine that has no reason to lie, so maybe it's just a case of they've accidentally leaked news that Activision are gonna be pushing out a lot more Crash Bandicoot in the time to come, but why that is staying off Microsoft's consoles will be interesting to find out. Far Cry 5 is out in March, and we know that's out in March, but we also have just found out about the Season Pass, which won't be continuing the story of Far Cry 5 it seems, with its fairly interesting American cult setting. Instead it'll be going for a more Blood Dragon kind of DLC, with the likes of Dead Living Zombies pitting you surprisingly against zombies, Hours of Darkness shoving you into a Vietnam War episode, and Lost in Mars being set in space against giant spiders. Now all of that sounds like it could be cool, but it also sounds a bit weird, and for those that want a bit more of a traditional Far Cry experience with their Season Pass DLC, you're gonna be in luck, because you're gonna be able to get your hands on Far Cry 3 if you get the Season Pass, and you'll be able to get it before this remastered version appears on consoles. Far Cry 3 is obviously a very beloved entry into the franchise, so it's really nice to see it being included in a Season Pass, and hopefully it's enough to appease Far Cry fans who may have wanted a bit of a different way to do the DLC. Into the news that is never nice to talk about, we have got delays, and we have got delays on Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 was meant to come out at the tail end of last year, and then it was going to come out at spring this year, and now it's been pushed back to October, more specifically October 26th, hopefully with no more delays. Red Dead Redemption 2 wasn't the only game to get delayed over the past week though, because Yakuza 6 has been delayed despite the fact it was only releasing next month. It's been pushed back to April, releasing the same week now as God of War on April 17th. It's a tough week for Yakuza to be moving to, but it's the end of a big series and the die-hard fans are going to pick it up regardless. It'll just be interesting to see if enough people that aren't just die-hard fans are picking it up. But the developers are smartly trying to entice them to pick it up by releasing a demo on February 28th that you should be able to download for free. Over to Nintendo now, and there's a lot of interesting news, one of them being that the Nintendo Switch in just 10 months has sold more units than the Wii U. The Wii U was an interesting console that just never really took off, and then the Nintendo Switch just did everything that tried to do, but did it better. They have sold over 14.8 million units already. This is compared to the Wii U that has only just sold over 13.5 and was released back in 2012. But that wasn't the only Nintendo news this week. Nintendo also announced that they'll be releasing Mario Kart on mobile, called Mario Kart Tour. The game will release before the end of the fiscal year in 2019, meaning that we could see it at any point from now until March 2019. And surprisingly, that wasn't all the Nintendo news of the week. They've also announced that there will be a Mario movie coming out, hopefully, by the end of 2020, if all goes to plan. And that Mario movie will be made by Illumination Entertainment. Illumination Entertainment are the people behind the Despicable Me franchise, so that means that the Mario film is going to be in very good hands. And that's it for this week's Up to Speed. Make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons and come back next Monday for the next episode. And make sure you write in the comments anything that you think we might have missed this week. But until next time, I've been Brett from GameByte. You've been wonderful. Goodbye.